Much love and strength to you guys. Today we're talking about the third eye and how actually our third eye affects our lives. Now, if you're interested in spirituality, you may resonate with the idea of chakras, of third eye, of higher intuition, of awakening. Now, before starting, I want to mention the fact that I do one-on-one coaching sessions. So if you want to expand your consciousness on a spiritual level, if you want to expand yourself on a self-development level, if you want to increase your lifestyle, feel free to actually contact me or access my website and send me an email. And you can actually contact me at my Facebook address or actually access my website. Okay, so we could jump into the work or the play, because the work doesn't have to be that hard. The work can actually be play. Now we're jumping into today's topic, which is third eye secrets and how the third eye actually affects our day-to-day life, and we all have energy centers. Now in modern medicine, these energy centers are seen as glands, and in a way the third eye is actually the pineal gland, so in a way they talk about the third eye or the pineal gland as the gland that actually reflects and represents the soul consciousness. Okay, it represents our soul consciousness, it represents our higher self, it represents who we really are at a soul level. So the more that we become aware of ourselves, the more that we get to know who we are and what we are at an energy level, at our core, is the more that we give power to this energy field, to this energy center, is the more that we give power to our chakra system. So first of all, I have to mention the fact that it's not easy to open your third eye, and if it opens, you may go through challenges, because at a soul level we do choose challenges, so it's not always easy to actually raise your level of consciousness. It's not always easy to be awake, like they say, it's not always easy to face yourself in your roughest moments, but in my journey I've realized that I had the opportunity, and the universe has actually blessed me with the opportunity of awakening my chakra system, with awakening my spiritual senses, with awakening myself at a soul level, so I realized in those moments that in opening my glands, in opening my energy centers, in opening my energy field, I had the opportunity to actually step into a new potential, into a new state of consciousness, and really they talk about states of consciousness as our ability to perceive differently, and yes, the human consciousness has the ability to actually tap and transcend itself into altered states of consciousness. And really what the third eye is, it is the fact that it actually allows ourselves to step into a higher state of consciousness. Okay, so in a way we are opening our senses, we are opening our mind's eye into a new state of consciousness. And they also talk about Kundalini energy. They talk about life force energy, because Kundalini energy is life force energy. It is divine feminine life force energy. Now we all hold within our bodies, within our energy field, Kundalini energy. Okay, we all hold life force energy, and in order to actually awaken these energies, in order to awaken your third eye, in a way you must actually take care of your vibrational energy. You must take care of your body, of your body's frequency, so in a way you gotta live healthy. And me myself, I do have the problem where sometimes I'm not living that healthy, but I also realize how it actually influences my vibrational field, my energy field, so in order to actually awaken your energy centers, your chakras, you must begin to take care of your body. You gotta actually breathe in fresh air. From my perspective, it is also good, and it is also recommended to actually follow a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet, because food holds a frequency, food holds energy, and the higher the vibrational the food is, the higher the vibrational our bodies will actually respond to external stimuli. It is the higher the body will actually express its energy into the outer world, you know. And yes, we live in cities, we live in pollution, but the more that we the more that we realize that we are actually nature beings, we are pure energetic beings, and the more that we realize that going into nature will actually increase our energy, going into nature will actually cleanse our spiritual senses, it will actually cleanse our energy field, you know. So in order to awaken your third eye, in a way, you must choose and you must resonate at a soul level with the idea of spirituality itself, you know. You must resonate with these concepts, you must begin to apply these concepts in your life in order for you to have an awakened experience, you know. So they also talk about enlightenment, and so many people see enlightenment as a destination. They see it as something that it's almost impossible to reach. But really what enlightenment is getting to know yourself, is getting to know yourself, is getting to realize that you can actually be open to all kind of experiences. Enlightenment is actually the present moment. In a way, each being of the planet actually has access to these enlightening experiences. The more that they become aware of themselves, the more that they become aware of their energy field, the more that they become aware of who they are in the process, you know. And I also realized that self-compassion, self-love, and getting to know our energies, getting to know what our strengths and weaknesses are, actually these things, if we look at them with compassion, they actually allow us to increase our energy field, you know, to awaken certain energies. So realize that who you are at a soul level, that is actually who you are in this 3D dimension, you know. And what I have realized in opening my energy centers, in opening my energy field, is the fact that there are actually other dimensions attached to this 3D reality, you know. So in a way, 3D is the dimension of separation, of materialism. But once we actually open and increase our body's energy, we realize that we can actually perceive different stuff in this world, you know. They talk about the paranormal world, the world that is beyond the physical. And yes, there are things that are beyond the physical in this world. There are higher consciousnesses. Is this the plural of consciousnesses? Maybe. There are higher consciousnesses, higher awarenesses, you know. There are higher vibrational things in this world, you know. So in my journey, what I have realized and what I'm still realizing, what I'm still learning, is the fact that I can actually open my consciousness in such a way that that I can have access to a new way of living, to a new way of perceiving, to a new way of increasing my energy field, you know. So in a way, we gotta realize that in a way anything is possible in this life. And from my perspective, human consciousness is really powerful. Human consciousness is really one of the most powerful organisms that there are on the human on the world, on the human planet, you know. And we do have the power to rationalize, we do have the power to think abstractly. I have just gone abstract. So we do have the power to actually create and build anything that we desire at a human consciousness, at a human level, at a higher vibrational level, you know. So guys, realize that in order to open your energy centers, you must become aware of these concepts, you know. You must become aware of who you are in the process. You must get to actually know yourself, you know, and you must actually be kind and compassionate with yourself, you know. You gotta realize that anything is actually possible the moment that you actually accept yourself, you know. So in opening your third eye, realize that it's all an infinite journey. It's all a continuous process. You cannot say my third eye is open and right now I'm awake. Maybe you can actually say this as well, but life is actually a continuous destination. You know, you are always in the process of learning, of discovering things about yourself. You are always in the process of getting to know stuff about yourself, because you are never really the same. In a way, you are always changing, you are always transcending, and in a way, you are always remembering what your true self is, you know? So through your choices, through your consciousness, through your trust, realize that at a universal level, everything is actually taking place in a mathematical way. Everything is actually reflecting our own levels of consciousness, you know? So in a way, the more that we increase our levels of consciousness, is the more that we get to create and build the reality that we desire, you know? So realize, guys, that you have a choice here, and realize that it's not always easy, but with the power of feelings, with the power of consciousness, with the power of awareness, you get to turn every negative experience in your favor. You get to turn every negative experience in your favor, you know? So realize that you do have the power, the strength to become aware of these concepts. And I realize that in today's world, so many people are actually going through an awakening process. And the more that we awaken to ourselves, is the more that we actually remember ourselves, you know? So much peace. And guys, these are my third eye secrets. Feel free to actually be yourself in the process. Feel free to do your own research. You don't necessarily have to listen to what I have to say, because this is only my subjective experience. But do your own research and realize how many things there are out there to discover still. Okay, so realize that you are a very powerful magnetic spiritual being, and the more that you look within yourself for answers, is the more that you'd actually discover who you are at a soul level, at an essence level. Okay, get to discover yourself, and you will get to discover the universe itself. Guys, much peace, and see you on what is coming up next. I love you, much peace, and these are my third eye secrets. I love you. Ciao.